Welcome to this deep dive into Rich Dad, Poor Dad, one of the most powerful books ever written about wealth, money, and mindset. Written by Robert T. Kiyosaki, this book doesn't just teach you how to earn money, it teaches you how to think about money. This is not just a book review. This is a wake-up call. It's the story of two fathers, one rich, one poor. One had degrees and a stable government job. The other never finished 8th grade. One taught his son to work for money. The other taught him how to make money work for him. This book isn't about high-level finance. It's about changing how we think, because until your mindset changes, your bank account never will. Robert grew up with two father figures, his real dad, a highly educated, hard-working man, the poor dad, his best friend's father, a school dropout and successful businessman, the rich dad. Both were smart, kind, and influential. But their advice about money was completely opposite. Poor dad believed in go to school, get good grades, find a safe, secure job, work hard, retire with a pension. Rich dad believed in learn how money works, build businesses, invest in assets, make money work for you. This contrast shaped Robert's financial philosophy. Where poor dad saw security, rich dad saw opportunity. Where poor dad said, I can't afford it, rich dad said, how can I afford it? And just like that, the foundation was laid. We don't become rich by chance. We become rich by choice, and that choice starts with our thinking. Rich Dad explains something most people never understand. The moment you work for money, you become its slave. Poor Dad believed in getting a good job with benefits, but Rich Dad said, a job may pay the bills, but it'll never set you free. Most people get stuck in a cycle. They get a job, earn money, spend more as their income increases, take loans, buy liabilities, thinking they're assets, and work harder to pay off the debt. This is called the rat race. And Rich Dad warned, if you don't find a way to escape it, you'll run in circles for life. So how do you escape? The most important lesson in Rich Dad, Poor Dad is this. The rich buy assets, the poor and middle class buy liabilities they think are assets. So, what's the difference? An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Example, a house you live in? Liability, because it costs you taxes, maintenance, and doesn't generate income. A rental property? Asset, because it brings in money. A car on loan? Liability. A stock that pays dividends? Asset. Most people are drowning in liabilities. Fancy cars, credit card debt, the big house dream, all while calling them investments. Rich Dad's rule was simple. Buy more assets. Use the income from your assets to pay for your luxuries. Let your money make.
Robert emphasizes that schools don't teach us about money. They teach us how to become good employees, not how to manage wealth. The lack of financial education is the real reason why so many smart people struggle financially. Rich people aren't rich because they work harder. They're rich because they know how money works, taxes, debt, investment, and markets. That's why Robert urges readers to focus on financial education. Learn how to read financial statements, cash flow spot, money and statistional chilled. Because if you lose all your money, your mind can rebuild it. Rich Dad told Robert early on,
don't work for money. Work to learn.
Take jobs that teach you skills, not just pay a salary. Want to be an entrepreneur? Learn sales, learn communication, learn marketing, negotiation, leadership. Poor Dad focused on titles. Rich Dad focused on abilities. If you know how to sell, how to lead, and how to solve problems, you will never be broke. Robert even worked for free in Rich Dad's office, not for the money, but to learn how money flows. So think about it. Are you working just for money? Or are you working to learn something that can make you wealthy? There are two emotions that control most people's financial decisions: fear of losing money, greed for earning more. Fear makes people cling to jobs they hate. Greed makes them spend everything they earn. But Rich Dad taught, don't let fear or greed drive you. Learn how to control them. Rich people take calculated risks. They're not reckless, but they're not afraid either. Most people let fear paralyze them. They never invest, never start businesses, and never grow. The rich educate themselves, take action, and learn from their failures because they know mistakes are the stepping stones to success. Here are Robert Kiyosaki's final golden lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Build assets, not liabilities. Make money work for you. Invest in financial education. Take calculated risks. Think long-term, not just monthly paychecks. Don't say, I can't afford it. Ask, how can I afford it? Start young, but it's never too late. Remember, it's not your income that makes you rich. It's your habits, mindset, and financial knowledge. So, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, if you're done being stuck in the rat race, and if you truly want financial freedom, then start today. Read, learn, invest, grow. Because the real difference between the rich and the poor isn't money, it's how they think about money. This was Rich Dad, Poor Dad, not just a book, but a blueprint for a better future. If this inspired you, don't forget to share, subscribe, and leave a comment. What money lesson changed your thinking forever?